14-step commute. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Usually we're giving internet marketing tips and how to organize around your home-based business and really personal development and growth ideas like that. But today we're going to do something fun. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Seahawks Spirit Skirt, a tutu, for game day or for the Friday night rallies at the football game. Whatever you want to have it for. You can use it for a costume. Let me just show you a couple of examples of skirts that we've done in the past for Christina. I'll start with this one that we made last Valentine's Day. And this obviously, Valentine's red and white. Christina, we made this as a school project at school, just for fun. All the girls got together and made them for the dance, and that was a lot of fun. Another one that we've made, they're so simple, they are no-sew. This is just a little jungle skirt that we made for Christina for her Halloween costume. She was Katy Perry for Halloween. This one obviously was just two thicknesses are a little bit different, and no real rhyme or reason for it, just kind of have fun with what materials you find available and what you do. We're making a Seahawks skirt, and when we got to the store, they usually have all kinds of colors of tulle, except mine needs to be ordered. Well, we don't have time to order it, so we went into to plan B, and instead I bought some fabric. So in addition to showing you the method, the See It Simple method you can use for just using the rolls of tulle, I'm going to show you what you do and have to actually cut the fabric and do it that way. So let's get started. We'll start by...
So to make your skirt requires some very simple supplies. You're going to need to have a tape measure on hand, a pair of scissors, and a needle and thread. And you can get materials at a craft store like Michael's or Joann's, and what you'll need are some basic things. You need 1-inch wide elastic, and you need rolls of 6-inch wide tulle. How many you need depends on the size and fullness that you prefer. Now, to figure out how much fabric you need, it's pretty simple. The elastic is simply the waist size plus 1 inch. That's how much you need. For the tulle, you need to know the waist size, and then you also need to calculate the length you want. For that, you'll measure from the waist to how far down the leg you want it to go and multiply by 2. And you'll cut your strips to the double the length you want. So you need approximately 1 strip per waist inch. As an example, if you had a 27-inch waist and your length preferred was 18 inches, you'd double the 18, and you'd be looking at 36-inch long strips. You might want to add an inch in there if the length is really critical, just because some of them get taken up in tying the knots at the top. So, for example, you would cut 27 36-inch long strips for this example, and that requires 27 linear yards.
What you need to do is decide what size the skirt is that you're making. And to do that, you're going to measure the waist of the person whose skirt it is. We're making this Super Bowl skirt for Christina. She's going to wear it tomorrow for Super Bowl Friday at school, and then on Sunday when she walks just a game with your daddy. So let's find out what size Chrissy's waist is. Put it snug but not tight, and then you're going to want to add an inch to it. What we're going to do from there, in order to get the right amount of material, what you need is to measure, in the person that you're doing the skirt for, you're going to measure from the waist down to whatever length down the leg you want it to be. So if you want it below the knee or whatever, measure that and then double it and add an inch. Because some of the space, the length is going to get taken up in tying it onto the elastic. So in case I measured her length as well as her waist, so I've got the elastic ready, and for her length, she needs 18 inches long. So I'm doubling that to 36. That makes it real easy because that's a yard. And to determine how many strips you need to go around, obviously if you've got varying colors, you're going to have some from each color. But again, let's just use as an example this Valentine's skirt. This has on it 27 pieces of fabric tied, and it's also 27 inches around. And so that gives you the idea that just about 1 per inch is what you need. That's a good place to start. And then we're going for, do at least 16 of these because I want most line in it. I'll add a little bit of white to it, and I'll add some blue. So right now I'm going to cut my strips. let's start with the white, because that's the simple one. We're going to open it up, sticker off of it, and literally all you're going to do is roll it out and measure the length that's right for you. In our case, we needed 36 inches, so we're just going to measure it out and cut a piece that is 36 inches long. And that's exact about this. It all turns out to just there's a lot of room for error. It makes it very simple. It's a fun project if you've for you and your daughter to do. Here we go. Cut that at 36 inches. So I'm going to continue cutting strips of white. So we have our white strips cut, and now we need to figure out cutting our lime. It's already done. The tool is 6 inches wide, and that's a great width, so I'm going to use that as my measurement and what I'm going to calculate in cutting the lime. And so if it were 36 inches wide, I could just cut out 6-inch strips. It's not. It's 48 inches wide. I bought 2 yards of it. So I'm going to cut it into 2 separate yards, and then with each 48-inch width divided by 6, I'll be able to get 8 strips out of each one of those, giving us a total of 16 lime strips. That may be more than we need for the skirt, but that's okay. They'll make her nice, cute little hair decoration if we need to. The great thing about this, especially if you've got the tool, and obviously, working with Seahawks skirt, this can be any color you want. It could be red, it could be orange and white if you wanted. You could make a Bronco skirt. I'm sure it wouldn't look quite as good, but you sure could do it. Or whatever your school is, or whatever the occasion is. Alright, hopefully by now you have cut your fabric, your tool, into the strips that you need. And so the first thing you're going to want to do, and this is the only sewing that's required in the whole thing, and if you really don't want to do any sewing, get a safety pin and safety pin. But the first thing you need to do after you take your elastic and stitch the ends together. You can use your sewing machine, you can just use a needle and thread to do it. Just take it, overlap it by about a ½ inch, and make about a couple dozen stitches in there by hand to hold it. If you don't do that, when you put your strips on, they're going to fall off. Alright, so once we have our elastic stitched, so it is a circle, and we have our pieces cut, we're ready to put it together. So in keeping with that, to make the Seahawks Spirit Skirt that we're making today, I ended up with 16 pieces of lime green, so 16, with 12 pieces of ribbon, and 8 pieces of white. And so what I'm going to do is pull out a couple of the blues and do to see the style that I made. We're going to be doing 2 greens to every white.
Alright, so you are now ready for assembly. So you're going to just take the first strip, like I'll take my green here, and I'm going to fold it in half so the ends are together, and find the top. And you don't need to be so careful, you just need to kind of grab it and kind of grab it together so that you can make a loop there at the top, slide it underneath your piece of elastic, and then we're going to put it underneath, and you're going to pull the ends through the loop, and then tighten it down. And you're going to find as you go through this, as you're working with the material, you're going to need to work with it, and the elastic will fight you a little bit, and just kind of gather it together and slide it and tighten it and smooth it down, and then pull the strip out, tighten it down, and you're ready for your next strip. So here we'll do a piece of the blue. I'm doing the blue between the strips of green. And the blue ribbon, the one thing I've noticed, it is slick, so that may need a little bit of reinforcement when we're all finished with the skirt. Just tighten them and just kind of adjust them all as you go, and you'll have the best results. Now we'll go for the strip of the white. Again, fold it in half, find your loop at the top, bunch it together, and then you can just slide it under the elastic, pull the ends through, and then smooth it down and tighten up your knot. Sometimes the material starts to take on a life of its own and it wants to fight you a little bit, but just be firm and gentle at the same time and straighten out your pieces and you'll do just fine. Just keep continuing with another color, so follow your pattern around the skirt. Now we've got 2 greens, with the blue in between, and on each side of the green we have white. We're starting to form the skirt. I really do think, though, the blue, as slick as it is using the ribbon, I'm probably going to want to stitch that when we're all done. So we're getting full, almost reaching the end, and we're just continuing to follow our pattern and tie strips of tulle onto the elastic in the appropriate order, smoothing it and tightening as we go. Tucking in those last few pieces of green on the back, getting them into place, and of course tonight you can use as many or as few as you want for the fullness desired. Finally get onto the last couple of things. Put our last blue one on here. And our last white one goes on. Go through the knot. Tighten it down. I'm going to try to keep the elastic all facing the same direction you did it. It's really easy for it to flip over when you're tightening up your knots, so be sure to check that. And you're just going to do some adjustments, tighten up all of your knots so that they all stay in place, and voila! You have yourself a Seahawks Spirit Skirt, all ready for game day or for a halftime party or whatever you want it for. Got yourself a beautiful skirt. Here we are with our finished product all set to go. I did have to trim the blue. Here's Christina wearing it, looking so cute and happy from school. And here's Chrissy looking adorably cute with her Seahawks balloon. Go Hawks! Thanks so much for stopping by and joining us for another great 14-step commute video. If you're looking for ideas and ways to earn money from home or ways to improve your current home-based business, find us over at www.14stepcommute.com, because choosing to stay home should never mean choosing to be broke. Thanks for joining us.